Hey friends, in today's video we are creating this look, simple, easy, effortless, everyday go-to look from Merit Beauty. We're doing a full face of Merit Beauty. Merit is a brand that I get asked about all the time because I think it's really unique and unlike other brands on the market. So I'm very excited to team up with them for this video. I do have an exclusive bundles of 4 of my favorite products that you guys can get at a discount that we're going to talk about as we get into the video. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and kick it off. We're going to start with skin prep. I'm going to go in with the Great Skin Glow Serum, and I'm very excited because I have a custom bundle, my essentials, 4 of my favorite products from Merit Beauty. This is in that bundle, and in the bundle you get to save $14 off the total of all 4 products. So I will go over those 4 products with you shortly, but I do want to take a moment to talk about this product. This is an amazing lightweight serum. It's a great step for skin prep. You can apply this after you've applied your other standard kind of skincare products, which I did this morning. And I'm applying this to kind of just refresh, rehydrate, and replump the skin before I go in with foundation, because you definitely want to have freshly prepped skin before applying your foundation products. That's just going to give you the most natural, healthy looking glow to the skin. Perfect. I'm going to apply any leftover that I have on the neck. This is such a beautiful serum, you guys. It is just like the most beautiful lightweight serum. It's kind of like this hybrid between an oil and a water. It's so beautiful. It's not like a heavy oil at all. It's so nice and absorbs into the skin. Do you see how like bouncy and glowy the skin is? Okay, so let's go over real quickly before we move on to the other products, what's in my bundle, in my essential bundle. So you get the Great Skin Glow Serum. You also get the Minimalist, which is basically your foundation, your concealer, all in one. We're going to use this for everything today. You get a Flush Balm. Love this. This is just a beautiful cheek color. It's buildable, so you can get a sheer wash of color. You can also build it up if you want more impact. And then you also get a signature lip blush. So we'll be using that as well. So those 4 products in the Lisa's Essentials bundle, I will have it linked down below, and you guys can save $14 off by using my link. Let's go ahead and apply our SPF. So before I go in with the Minimalist, I am going to go in with the Uniform. This is a tinted SPF. It has an SPF of 45, and I have the shade 24. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm actually going to apply this with my fingers. It's usually how I apply all my SPF products. And I'm going to do a good 3 pumps of this. I'm going to start in the center of the face and apply this all over. For a tinted SPF, this has pretty good coverage, you guys. I find with tinted SPFs, there's a big range. There are some that are like very, very sheer that I wouldn't say give any coverage at all. They might just give a little color. And then there are some that I feel like you could wear alone on the days you want to skip foundation, and you'll still have a nice even complexion. It's certainly not full coverage, but it is pretty darn good coverage for a tinted SPF. And I would put this product in that category. Do you see how it just evened the skin tone out? I mean, you can still see a little of my skin through it. It's definitely not full coverage, but if I chose to skip foundation, I feel like I'd get enough coverage with this, maybe add a little concealer in the areas that I need it underneath the eyes, but otherwise, everything looks nice and even. Okay, next we're gonna go in with foundation, and I have 2 shades here. I have my standard, which is ochre, and then I also have the shade oak. I'm gonna swatch them both for you so you can see. I love this product. It's a nice compact stick, so it's very easy to travel with. So this is the shade Ochre, and this is the shade Oak. Let me see which one we're gonna do today. I think we're gonna do Ochre. Yeah, Oak is just a little bit lighter. Do you see that? I think we're gonna go with Ochre today. That's the one I typically wear. This is a really nice creamy formula. It's beautiful underneath the eyes or to use all over the face as foundation. Now, I like to do kind of stripes, and I do a fair amount of this because it's not heavy. It's not going to clog your pores. All of Merit Beauty products are non-comedogenic, and I want a little bit of coverage today. I have a full day today. I want my makeup to just last all day. That's what I like to do. Quite a bit, right? But it's very lightweight, so it doesn't feel or look heavy at all. I'm going to go in and I'm going to blend this out with the BK Beauty 106 brush, and I'm just going to kind of tap the brush over the stripes. I'm not going to sweep or swipe, you guys, and that's because I want to get the most coverage that I can from this, and by tapping, you're going to preserve that coverage. By swiping, you're going to really shear and move the product around. I don't want to do that. I just want to build the coverage where I have it. Now, I would describe the finish of this foundation as very skin-like. Of course, it's going to depend on the products that you use underneath it. You know, I use the Great Skin Serum, so that's going to give a bit more of a glow to this. But if you were to use like a mattifying primer or products that controlled shine, you'd get a little bit more of a natural look without so much dewy or glowiness. Now I've blended it out all on the face. I am gonna go and apply it underneath the eyes. And for that, I actually am gonna switch to Oak. I could certainly use Ochre, I always do, but I'm gonna use Oak for underneath the eyes, a little bit brighter. And I'm just gonna take my A506 concealer brush and we're just gonna tap this underneath the eye as well to blend it out. It's very lightweight. It feels pretty sheer in terms of like the weight of it, but it gives really great coverage. Perfect. Okay. Now, if you have dry skin or dehydrated skin, this combo you will love. The skin is so radiant, so dewy, very plump, very hydrated. I'm gonna actually go in and set this with a little bit of powder just to kind of tone the shine down a bit. And I'm gonna just use one of my favorite loose powders. So technically, is this a full face of Merit? Maybe not, because I am going in with the loose powder by Huda Beauty, but I'm just gonna powder in kind of the center of the face, the forehead. I'm taking the BK Beauty in 17 brush, and we are just gonna start right here in the center of the face, on the nose, and then we're gonna tap underneath the eyes to set all of this in place. What I love about Merit products is they're so easy to use. I mean, they really are. They are great for the beginner. They are great for the minimalist, the person that doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup. They are great for the days where you want to have no makeup, where you just want to look like yourself and just kind of enhance your natural features without distracting or taking away from them. Merit is the perfect brand for that. All of their products are designed to just be really easy and effortless to apply. Okay, so I really kind of packed that powder in the center, but I'm gonna take a 104 brush, which is a larger, fluffier brush, and I'm softly gonna just set the cheek area. This way I still get that glow from the Glow Serum, but I've just set everything in place. Okay, let's go ahead and shape the brows. So I'm gonna go in with the brow pencil from Merit in the shade Light Brown. First, we're gonna take the spoolie side and we're gonna comb these brow hairs in place. Kind of comb them up, and then we will go and shape the brow. This brow pencil is very fine. So if you really like to go in and create like hair-like strokes, this is a perfect pencil for it. It's very fine, gives you lots of control, a very delicate stroke. And I'm using pretty light pressure because for brows, I like to kind of take my time and kind of sketch them on. They just look a little softer and a little more natural that way. When I get out here to the tail, I'm gonna slightly extend it, and then I'm gonna fill in above the arch a little bit, give me a little bit more lift there. If you ever feel like you overdraw the brows, I don't necessarily think I did here, but if you ever feel like you do, take the spoolie on the other end of the brow pencil and just kind of comb it over the area that you feel like it's a little too harsh or heavy, and it's gonna soften it. This pencil is so good. I forgot how good it was, honestly. It's been a little while since I used this pencil, and it is so good. I'm definitely gonna keep this out and bring it into my vanity for my kind of everyday makeup. It is a really nice pencil. For brow pencils, I like something that transfers to the skin easily, right? So you don't have to put a lot of pressure, but I also want it to have kind of a buildable, soft, sheer application. So it's not too harsh or heavy. And I feel like this is perfect. Yeah, this one is really good. Okay, awesome. Next, we're gonna go in with the bronzer balm, and I'm gonna add some warmth to the skin. And I'm just gonna take this stick and go directly to the face with it. Do a little here, a little here. Usually you guys will see me take a brush to the product first and then take that brush to the skin. And I always talk about how I like to do that because I get a little bit more control with the product. Because Merit products are, again, just effortless and easy and buildable, nothing is going to go on too pigmented. They're all going to be really easy to blend out and to work with. So for that reason, I like to take the products directly to the skin, which is kind of an exception because typically, like I said, I will take a brush and go to the product. I'm going to take the BK Beauty 112 brush and we are just going to blend this out. And I'm going to use a good amount of pressure just to kind of shear and blend that out. To the other side, and this is just going to give me some warmth to the skin, not a heavy contour. Again, Merit is all about like just kind of natural, effortless makeup. And I'm going to work this into the hairline as well. Another trick you can do is if you want to skip this product altogether and like skip a bronzer, use a blush that has some warmth to it. And that'll kind of work as your blush and your bronzer, so you don't necessarily need to go in with both. Perfect. Okay, do you see that? We just have a little bit of warmth to the skin. The goal was just, again, to add some warmth without a heavy contour. If you wanted to go in and add a little more, you certainly could. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more of that just right here. And I'm going right on the cheekbone, not too low. I want to kind of lift the face and just draw the attention to the highest point of my cheekbone. Another fun fact, if you're trying to build color, just don't overblend. Just blend until you have no harsh lines and then stop. Because if you continue to blend, you'll kind of blend the product away. And that's what really with any product. Do you see what I did there? Let's stop there. Let's go and add some color to the cheeks. So I'm going to go in with the Flush Balm. And again, this is part of my limited edition Essentials bundle. And I'm going in with the shade Beverly Hills. These are so nice, you guys. They're so tiny and compact, which I love because they're easy to carry in your purse, your travel bag. Now these are for the cheek. I mean, you can really use these all over the face, but I love to use these on my cheeks as blush. And this is just a really beautiful kind of dewy balm color that's buildable. So it'll give some color to the cheeks, and you can kind of manipulate that color as sheer or as bright as you want it. And this is the shade Lusitano, which is a bit more coral and peach. And I think I'm actually gonna go with this one. I want a little bit more color today. So we're gonna go in with this. And you don't have to be too careful with this. Again, these blend out so easily. So I'm gonna do a good kind of generous application there. I'm gonna take the same brush, the 112, and I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap to soften the edges out and blend that out. I do want to keep the color there, so I'm not going to over blend. So pretty. Do you see that? It's a really beautiful, beautiful flush to the skin. Going to the other side. You can even blend these out with your fingers, and I rarely say that, you guys. I rarely say that. I'm still using a brush, but if you are one of those people that just wants to pack minimally, this is a brand that most of the products you can apply with your fingers. Okay, perfect. Now let's go in and work on the eyes. For eyes, I'm taking 2 of the Solo shadows. This is probably one of my favorite, this is definitely in the top 3 favorite cream shadows. These give you about 20 seconds to work with. So they're a cream formula that you have 20 seconds or so to blend out. Once they set and dry down, they stay in place. So they last all day. You don't have to worry about your shadow creasing. You can layer powder shadow on top if you want, but I usually just wear these by themselves. I'm gonna be working with a matte shade and then one with a little bit of shimmer. This is the shade Vachetta, and this is my favorite shade. It's just my favorite shade. I love this one. I also love the shade, I think it's Studio, which is a really nice one, but I'm gonna go in with Vachetta, and I'm using the N16 brush, and I'm just gonna apply this all over the lid, sheer it out, and kind of bring it a little bit above the crease. This is gonna give a little bit of warmth to the lid, a little color. It's neutral, it's warm, so if you have blue or green eyes or brown eyes that have any bit of hazel to them or amber to them, this is really gonna pull that out and complement your eyes. Such a pretty color. And these can be used as eyeliner too. Sometimes I'll take some of the darker shades and I'll use an eyeliner brush and I'll use that as eyeliner. So instead of using a pencil or a gel eyeliner, I will use the darker shades of these, and it's beautiful. It lasts all day. Okay, perfect. So I've got that all over the lid, kind of blended out into the crease. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take my concealer brush. I'm not adding any product to it, but I'm just gonna go underneath the eyes and then kind of pull up so it cleans up the side a bit. Okay, now to add a little bit of sparkle to the eye, I'm gonna go in with the shimmer shade. This is the shade Glace, and we're gonna take a little bit of this. I'm gonna take that same brush, and we're gonna pop a little bit of this in the center of the lid. And you can actually, you know what, we're gonna use our finger. I'm gonna use my ring finger. That way I can just kind of control and get it right in the center there. And I'm just gonna tap it on and then kind of sheer it out a bit. Perfect. And you can kind of leave the eye makeup here in terms of shadow. Sometimes I'll take a powder bronzer and I'll add a little powder bronzer in the crease to add a little definition. It's just a fun little hack I'll do with my powder bronzer. Okay, but since we're not using any powder bronzer today, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply some mascara. Should we do liner, or should we keep... I'm going to keep the eyes pretty clean and light. You know what I am going to do though? I am going to take the Vachetta, which was the first one we did, and I'm going to take an eyeliner brush. This is the N12, and we're going to run this on our lower lash line to kind of work as a liner on the lower lash line. That way that'll give some definition, very soft, and just tie the whole eye together. I want the look today to be pretty minimal and light and easy. I forgot to set my brows with brow gel. I'm going to go in with a Merit brow gel in the shade Taupe. And we're going to set the brows, and this is going to add a little bit more tint of color. Going in with the Merit Beauty Clean Lash Mascara in black. Merit is one of those brands that I get asked about all the time, and I think it's because it's such a unique brand, you know? There are so many brands out there in the market, so many great brands, great products, right? But I really feel like Merit they've really identified who they are and they've stayed in that lane. And again, I think Merit is really great for just the minimalist, the women who want effortless products, who want to put makeup on, to enhance their natural features, but not distract from them, right? It's not about heavy products. It's not about high impact. It's about having products that are easy, effortless, buildable, and give you a lot of control. Great for acne-prone skin if you have acne-prone skin because they will not clog your pores. Okay, this mascara is really nice. It gives lots of length. You can separate the lashes really well. It adds some volume, but it's definitely leaning more on the lengthening side of mascaras. And so I'm going to take the time to kind of build this up. You can really build this and it's not going to get heavy or clumpy. Okay, so do you see what I'm doing here? I'm really building up. If you want a lot of volume, a little hack for you is to kind of let the mascara dry a little bit and then go back and add another layer. And that'll really thicken up the lashes. So that way you're getting a lot of volume and a lot of length. Perfect. Okay, on the lower lashes, I'm going to just do a little swipe. I don't ever like my lower lashes to be too heavy. I like to keep the lower lash line very soft, both in eyeliner and mascara. Before we move on to lips, I want to mention that I have a special code for you guys that's active now. I'll have it on the screen and I'll have it in the description box. When you spend $75 or more on Merit's website, you will get a free deluxe size sample of the Retrospect fragrance. And this smells so good, you guys. This is a fragrance that when you wear, you will get asked, what are you wearing? It is so nice. For the lips, we're going to go in with the Signature Lip Liner. This is really unique. This is a sheer lip pencil. So it's meant to be very easy to apply. Like you don't even need a mirror, I think is how they marketed this when they first launched. So what I like to do is I like to line the lips with it first, but then I will actually fill the lips in too for longevity. So if you are someone that just wants to, and look at me, I'm talking as I'm doing it. That's how like foolproof it is. If you're someone that likes to skip lipstick and just wear a lip gloss or a lip oil, this can kind of double as your liner and your lipstick. I am going to be applying a lipstick today, but I'm also going to apply this on the lips first, just so I have like long lasting lip color. Oh, this is so pretty. And this is the shade Coupe. And I'm just going to kind of press the lips together a little bit and kind of blot it with my fingers, shear it out a bit. I don't know another lip liner that has the same type of payoff. It's really unique. Then we're going to go in with the Signature Lip Blush in the shade Andy. The lip liner also has like this satin sheen finish. So it's not necessarily glossy, but it's not matte. It has a little bit of shine to it. This color is so pretty. It's a nice medium toned, kind of warm pink. It pairs with that lip liner really well. The liner gives some contour to it and the lipstick gives some color. These are really creamy, they're pigmented, but they're very comfortable on the lips. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really love it. It's simple, it's effortless, it's easy, it's everyday. We skipped things like liner, I think, to really just kind of enhance my natural features, but not distract from them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have all the products linked in the description box down below. Remember, you guys, my exclusive Lisa's Essentials bundle, which is live now with the code down below, you can get all four of my favorite Merit Beauty products for a discount. So make sure you check that out. And then also don't forget, when you spend $75 or more on Merit's website, you will get the sample size of the Retrospect fragrance. So lots of great things happening over there. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you, Merit Beauty, for sponsoring this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.